Oh right, I should not spend any. I shouldn't be wasting any time. Because this is well, yeah, this is a stream. I also need to be kind of on it. Almost as if it were a video. And yes, I'm green. I'm green, and it's purple. I don't know. I was messing around with the settings on the video, and I made myself green, and I don't hate it, because I think when something's like obvious, it's harder for filters to look bad. I think because obviously I'm using my laptop's built-in camera, but I think when I make myself green, I'm green, and maybe that takes away from the poor quality of the camera. I don't know. Either way, you clicked on this video because it's an Overclock review, not to hear me talk about the fact that I'm green. But I am green. Je suis vert. So it's about... what was it? Field Stream Diffuser. That's it. That's the one. Which means I need to pick it. I'm sure I have... I'm like 99% sure I have someone with it already. That's the other thing. Oh, this guy. I like this guy as well. I like the way he looks. So, Field Stream Diffuser. It's a balanced overclock for the flamethrower, the crisper flamethrower. Extended operational range, slow rate of fire. So, I like to do this thing now. It's like the blank impressions. Like, what do I think someone... what I think someone who hasn't used it before would think. And I would say it probably sounds pretty good. As in... I would be confused about the rate of fire thing, I think, because for me, for a while, I wasn't really aware of the kind of rate of fire aspect of the flamethrower, which is flow rate, and it's actually represented as a percentage, as we can see here. So if I were to take away our flow rate, it would be down to 80% normal, which I'm going to go with. I'm going to go for ammo of this first build, at least. And then range, I might also be a little bit confused as like a newcomer why range would be so useful, but I would also probably, hopefully I would understand the flamethrower being a shorter range weapon, that this might be useful. And I think specifically in the context of when you have this and also take the range mod, that you are doubling your range, so it's going to be good, right? You're going to be able to reach things that you just couldn't before, and that's going to have value in some way or another. And it does. I'm a big fan of Overclock. I think this is going to be a fairly positive review, unlike the last two. And I will be doing this in... I guess setting order doesn't make sense, but I am doing these videos in class order, right? So it will go engineer, gunner, driller, scout, but it will be a different overclock each time. Look, I could do the Beast Boy thing, where it's like 4. You know, the 4. Alright. Okay, so yeah, this is a build I'm going to start off with for the crisper itself, because this is the thing about setting things on fire as quickly as possible at as long a range as possible, aka robot killer. So we take range, we take heat, we take as much ammo as we can, plus heat radiance for extra heat when things are close by, because we're not going to be killing things with direct damage anyway. Our secondary, I will steer clear of the EPC. I pretty much always steer clear of the EPC when I'm using the flamethrower. The other two are much more made for it. In this instance, I'm going to keep things simple though for my secondary. I don't really want to show off. You know, I don't want to be showing off with the wave cooker. I don't want to be temperature shocking everything into oblivion. At least not on the first mission. So I'm going to be going with my favourite, which is just explosive reload and volatile bullets, of course, with as much ammo as we can, and reload speed. And everything else looks pretty normal. I don't see any reason to not bring impact axes. I might take the Rippers if they were in the game yet, but they're not. I'm looking forward to Season 3, by the way. Let's just change all this, because this is about the overclock. And it's good to me. Anyway, like I said, this is the robot killer. This build specifically is, by the way. But it's sort of how Field Stream Diffuser has come to be known. That's the title it holds up in the community, in the meta, as the robot killer. One of the best things for taking on Nemesis. It's one of the only ways, it's really the only way to reach most sniper turrets with the flamethrower. So we're definitely going to be looking at that. And of course I want to play a rival presence mission. I suppose this makes sense for Driller, because I don't like 10 point extraction missions, but I also don't like the Azure Wield. And I think I like the Azure Wield less enough than I actually like the Crystalline Caverns, so I'm going to pick this mission. And hopefully not do terrible, because, and seeing as we got, what's it called again? Red Rock Blaster. I'll take that because it's about showing off the overclock. Obviously, how good it is at keeping you alive is something to consider, but that's not always exactly what you're going for with a weapon. Right. Fuel Stream Diffuser isn't going to improve your survivability, is it? When you're increasing range on the flamethrower, it won't necessarily do that. It might help you kill Macterras at a longer range, I grant. Anyway, I'll take the Red Rock Blaster anyway. And because I haven't played in a... It's been less than a week since I played, but it's been it feels like a while for me, you know, because I when I play Deep Rock I do tend to play it a lot, but I'm sort of playing other things at the moment, like Terraria. I've gone back into, and I love Terraria. It's one of the best games ever, I think. So yeah. So we love your comments. I should just say it. We love your comments, and if you'd be willing to, I'd love people to suggest what I should do for the first Scout Overclock review. That'd be great.
Time to collect some gold.
Our scanners have picked up a massive deposit of
Right, so immediately you've got turret controller, and I think I'm going to go straight in for that.
We're picking up extreme fire signs in the area, so keep it snappy. The quarks can be extracted from the walls. Search for a blue shimmering light. Get it done, team.
I got it! That's what you get for being territorial. Eat it! These bugs don't stand a chance against us.
So yeah, it should be noted that Fuel Stream Diffuser is not going to make a lot of difference to what you're doing at short range. Obviously, I think. Also, look at its nitro, shiny as hell. They upgraded the graphics recently. I don't know why. Deep Rock looks as good as it should, I think, but that is really glistening, actually, isn't it? Whoa, this should be good. Although that wasn't really no shredders being dealt with so easily. That wasn't really Fuel Stream Diffuser. That was just heat radiance. That's just what it does. To be fair, to be unbiased.
Help me mine this.
I think I probably referenced it in the first one on Super Sim Rounds that Knowing Fate does something pretty similar to this. Or at least I think he's done now, actually, with all the overclocks, or at least all the overclocks he wants to review. He did overclock review videos, and I don't know how similar they are. I know one thing, I don't moan about the mission as much as he does. I don't know if that's a good thing, though. I don't know if that would be more entertaining if I did. But I don't moan, I don't complain at video games, really, at all. You know, there might be sounds of frustration, but I'll never say... I'm very unlikely to say something like, you know, fuck this game. That's something that you would have a hard time catching me saying, basically. Also, this is still active, which means I didn't actually take down all the turrets. That's a good tip, by the way. As long as the turret like controller is glowing, that means there are turrets nearby, which means it's worth hacking.
That's it. Turret controller is offline.
And it also, well, it deactivates once you destroy the turrets. You don't have to hack it to deactivate it. I mean, obviously it's got nothing to control, obviously, once you destroy the turrets, but it does shut down as if you hacked it, if you just destroy all the turrets, which I think is pretty cool. Alright. Our prey. My Terra Trijaw. We are no longer the prey, we've become the hunter.
Be gone! Wonder what slop they're serving in
So,
the can.
Halloween is coming up. I guess that makes sense. I'm in costume. As the Hulk, I guess. But of course we got that announcement for the event yesterday, which is no surprise. We know the Halloween event comes to Deep Rock every year. But it's always nice to see what the new hats will be. Although me and Tyler sort of share the sentiment that the seasonal cosmetics have a tendency to be more lackluster than not. Like the Oktoberfest ones, even though there were two of them and one of them was a barrel, it still wasn't to our taste. They always seem to overcomplicate it, I think. Like the barrel one from Oktoberfest, the kegger, we wished it was just a barrel on your head, or a barrel over your face even. Instead it was a barrel with a tap, like on a beer mat, and it's just like, you could have had a nice cosmetic, but you made it... It can be silly, but also aesthetically pleasing at the same time. And I think that's kind of what they've done this Halloween. Is pretty... Nemesis. That's kind of what they've done this Halloween. Oh, there he is. Jesus Christ. Yeah, this situation where really I should be trying to show off, like setting Nemesis on fire, but I just don't think I'm going to be able to do it. Also, we're doing a good amount of damage with the turrets and Bosco, so I'm just going to raw dog this. Did kill it, basically. No!
Attack from above.
Actually, what I will do is just let Bosco handle it, and I'll go and find some quarks, because I should probably do that, do the mission, and machine event, like, that's not going to get done, unfortunately. I've kind of got more important things to do. Well done, Bosco. Yeah, well, we weren't.
Go fetch.
Oh, and if anyone has commented so far on the live stream, I said at the beginning, and I've said it in like these previous streams, these are meant to be more like videos, and it's due to our equipment situation that I can't do long form gameplay content without live streaming. You don't have the means to upload files like that, unfortunately. So I won't really be on it as if this were a stream, unlike the one I did on Monday, which was mostly engaged with chat, which was really fun. I love that shit. But it's not really what I'm going to be doing here. I will probably look at chat, but this isn't really meant to be a stream. I could disable chat, but that feels kind of rude. I don't think it's rude to ignore it or to disable it. I'm not sure. My intention isn't to be rude. My intention is just to do this in the best way possible. But yeah, the new Halloween cosmetics. Sorry, that's where I was at. They look good to me because there's 2 of them, which is always a pleasant surprise. Because I think for the last 2 Halloweens at least, it's been just the one new hat. But this time we got 2, and one of them is a mission control cosplay, which is really odd. Also, I know my skin's green. And yeah, the mission control one, it makes your skin green. And it's like, the thing is, it does look like mission control, and it's like a fully modelled version of his face, I guess. But also, I assume it's sort of a caricature, and he's not actually green. That's just like sort of the light or the screen colour, you know. But it's still interesting nonetheless. The only problem I have with that is that it comes with quite a nice headset, you know, with like a mic coming in front of the mouth, and I think we should just be able to have that as well because it looks pretty nice. I don't want them to waste that model that they made for it because it's quite good. So they should absolutely implement that in some way. I think even if they put it in like the performance pass for season 3, that's absolutely fine. Right, this is getting a bit much. I think one of the things, so back to the actual overclock at hand, one of the things that I do really like about something like this or compact feed valves, more specifically this, is that it's not a far cry at all from base weapon, but it adds something very valuable it didn't have before, which is it's just I really like it when overclocks are like that, you know. Something similar would probably be
Make every bullet count.
I'm not sure. Maybe what is it called? Sorry about this. It's the Thunderhead Unstable, the movement-based one. I put that in similar vein, where it gives you something it didn't have before, but it's still the Thunderhead, you know. And I like that. I like that quite a bit. In this case, it's still the Flamethrower. It's just got more range, and that's great. Active stability system? Oh, is that the M1000 one? I'm not sure. Pardon me. I don't know if you heard that. I pardoned myself anyway.
I think we actually have a chance to make it out alive.
Also, okay, I'm doing it for fun. I think it's funny, but if you really don't like me being green, just say, because I don't have to be green, right? I just thought it was funny. But if you really don't like it, please let me know. But if just a couple people don't like it, I will definitely change it back, because it doesn't need to be this way. I mean, if people do like it, I would like be a different colour like every time you see me. I don't know. Very infantile, I know, but
I'm wondering
Primary objective completed.
moving dirt is the best way to make a living.
another observation is that I think it enhances something that it's already good against. The flamethrower is quite strong against Mactera, not necessarily at stopping them per se, just at killing them. Macteras are weak to fire, so it makes sense. And giving you more range is good because Mactera are an enemy that deliberately and can quite easily distance themselves from you while also doing damage. Now, obviously, there's a bit of voice crack there. Obviously, the only way to really add stopping power to the flamethrower is through through sticky fuel, or the sticky flames slowdown mod. The fear is a little bit different. Obviously the fear works on quite a few things, but it's not just very generalised stopping power. Although it does work on Terra. I'd say the fear is for Terra, the slowdown is for everything else, I suppose. But still, I couldn't in good faith call it a flaw of this overclock that doesn't provide any kind of stopping power, because it doesn't have to. Not every overclock needs to cover all ground. As long as they don't worsen the ground that they don't cover, then they're just a benefit, like this. And something that I thought would come up that hasn't, and I'm not, okay, I thought I might have been using the flow rate mod. I'm not, which is good, because it felt like something I'd started to notice recently, because obviously Killstream Diffuser has a fire rate penalty. And it's something that I felt like I'd started to notice recently. You know, I would think like, oh, this is actually feeling somewhat slow. But not in this mission. It's feeling quite good here, and it feels as responsive as a normal flamethrower to me. The only difference is, it's not really any different in practice. You know, it still heats things up as fast as you need it to, really, I think. Although, maybe not a Nemesis, to be fair. But it's actually the ticking of the vibrations on the controller that is the most noticeable difference between the normal flamethrower and a flamethrower with a slow rate of fire. Because, obviously, the controller would just vibrate constantly if it actually matched the rate of fire. So it's a little bit more spaced out. Yeah, it's weird. But would it be a problem if it just vibrated constantly? I don't know. I don't think so. Not inherently, at least.
Explosive spikes. I'm doing my part. Ooh.
Where's that wall? I'm not sure. Oh, how do you get there? Oh, there's two of them. Oh shit. Oh shit. Unfortunately, I will also be ignoring gold for the sake of brevity. Although there was a compressed gold that I'll feel pretty bad if I don't address.
Help me with the minerals here. Depositing.
Exemplary work. You've achieved your objective in a record time. Launch behind that, and we'll send in the escape can.
I hate nature.
I hate nature.
Dread this. Ooh. Come here, you flying tin can. That guy.
Well, let's get out here.
He really has a cozy job.
Minehead returning. Escape can inbound. Expect heavy resistance until we can pick you up.
I'll tell you what, I'm slightly starting to annoy myself with the fact that I'm green. Or at least it's just a little bit weird when I look over and I see it. When I look over OBS and I see a green man staring back at me. A handsome green man, nonetheless, but a green man, nonetheless.
I'm a bullet in the face.
Ooh, baby. Give me one more chance. Okay.
Cliff and one down.
Oh, back off me.
What's the death fart of the Praetorian?
Death fart.
give me some sugar.
That should be, sounds like something. Grenade. Neurotoxin grenade. That's the death bar. Idiot. Stupid Tridor.
Try top down. You want some more? Relax. Ah! It took me.
I should say, these earphones are really bad when it comes to like being like spatially accurate. So I often can't tell actually where something is based on sound, which is really annoying. It's worth it to not have to wear a horrible headset. It's so odd though, because when I got the headset I have at the moment, I thought this is like, probably the most comfortable headset I've had.
Departing in T-minus 3
Yep.
minutes.
And it was never really comfortable still. I've never been comfortable with headsets, like, ever. It's weird. I don't know if that's a wholly weird thing. I don't know if that's like... I'm sure other people feel the same. But I've never heard it from anyone else.
Retrieving escape pod.
Alright, I can look at chat a little bit now. Hey fellas, I don't know if any of you are still watching. Do you think the new grenades are exciting as the new guns? Well, no. No, they're inherently not, right? The ideas can be, the ideas behind them, but they bring nowhere near as much variety because the grenades don't come with mod selection or overclock selection or cosmetics to unlock. There's like two whole aspects of the weapon that you don't get with grenades. So they're inherently less exciting to me. But also in ideas like the Ripper and the Shredders, like they're pretty cool. I think they're probably a cooler idea than just a plasma carbine, even though I love the Drac, by the way. Hello, new viewer. Yes, I'm green. What? So, what else does this change? A pair of scissors here. Oh, they're green too. I guess red is green, but skin is also green. I don't know. I don't understand what's going on. Right. Well, okay, so first gameplay impressions of Field Stream Diffuser. Good, unsurprisingly. Like I said at the beginning, I am a fan of this overclock. Going into this, it's probably my favourite flamethrower overclock. I didn't notice any weaknesses I hadn't anticipated. I just noted all of the strengths. Just having longer range, specifically useful for air units and just engaging enemies before they get to a dangerous distance or a dangerous proximity, I suppose. Yeah, nothing about that's really changed. It still feels just as good against robots. Like, obviously the turrets are really where it's at when it comes to Field Stream Diffuser being the robot killer. Obviously it would be good against patrol bots, but at the same time, you probably rely on heat radiance a bit more to kill patrol bots, because you don't have to aim at the patrol bot, which is not the easiest thing in the world to do. And the fact that I didn't necessarily feel like I was doing anything to the Nemesis it's not really a problem, right? Because you're still doing damage, right? And I'm not going to call something shit just because it can't overheat the Nemesis. There's a reason why it's difficult to do that, in that you're really meant to find other means of taking on the Nemesis than just insta-killing it. I don't think Ghost want you to just insta-kill it. I think they want it to be a little bit more of an engaging encounter. So I'm not going to hold that against Fuel Stream Diffuser. I will say, I think perhaps its position as the I've said it a few times now, but it's an important part of this. I think its position as the robot killer is somewhat dubious to me, or dubious. I think the only way that the flamethrower benefits against robots from Fuel Stream Diffuser is for turrets, and even more specifically sniper turrets. But not having to get close to the repulsors or the burst turrets is obviously a good thing. So it's better against those as well than normal flamethrower, for certain. I'm trying to think of another type of mission that it would be like obviously like sensible to use Fuel Stream Diffuser on, because I don't think maybe Mactera Plague. I'm not doing Mactera Plague Stormageddon though. That's ridiculous. Because I don't think elimination's gonna be where it's at for this. I mean, it's kind of for the flamethrower in general. I guess after calling it a robot killer, industrial sabotage makes sense, but like I said, its nature as the robot killer is somewhat dubious to me. I'm not 100% convinced by that notion. So I'm not just gonna, act like it's the king of killing robots when it might not be. See, like I said, I would actually like to do the Mactera Plague, but I'm not doing the Stormageddon as well. I'm just not doing that. I'm not doing it. Anyway. I guess I just don't want to do a another point extraction. Maybe we want some wide open spaces. Sandblasted corridors.
Mission locked in. Powering up the drop pod.
Or maybe let's just do a normal mission. I think my assignment
Get
mission.
on board the drop pod, team. Mission is ready.
What a bargain.
Oh, everyone's gone. Exciting commentary.
Let's get the job done and get back in a hurry.
Ah, yes. My favourites. Shellbacks. Purona younglings. Damn it. Die.
Our reputation was liquid morkite, and we're sending in a refinery for you to fill. Get it cranking, and let's pump those deposits dry. Get to work, roughnecks.
Send the pump jack, please.
Request accepted. Stand clear. Pump jack inbound.
Not so proud about it.
Even the salt crystals are really shiny.
All right, let's get the pump jacks hooked up to the refiner.
I think they outdid themselves with this graphical upgrade. It's almost,
From the impact zone.
it's not too much. I mean, I hope it's not. I hope this hasn't had a negative impact on
I can't carry
previous
it.
generation players. But it's nice. It's nice.
Connect the pipelines to the pump jack pod.
I just don't think it was necessary. Like I said, Deep Rock looks about as good as it should. I think. When you're not going for realism, how important is how important is it that your game looks like being ray traced, or how important is it that your game is like ray tracing. I don't think it is important. I'm not saying that's what is going on here, right? I'm not a technical expert on these things, right? I'm not saying that I'm on ray tracing mode or anything, right? I don't know if that's what Deep is doing at all. I don't know.
Jack requested and is inbound.
I just don't think it's necessary for a game like this to be too focused on graphics, and I don't think they are. They've never really like made a big. There's never been an update devoted to graphical improvements. To my knowledge, I do pride myself on my knowledge of this game, but your knowledge doesn't have to be perfect for it to be impressive. Let's just say that. I think I have an impressive amount of knowledge about Deep Rock, but it doesn't mean I know everything. I certainly don't know everything off the top of my head. I know just about everything in the game off the top of my head, except maybe there's probably quite a few Overclock and upgrades I couldn't name. Obviously, they're just so banal and just like mushy phrases to remember. Like compact feed mechanism, that's not a memorable phrase, really. And yeah, I remember it because I do pay attention to some of these things, but that's still similar to ones that I can't name. Ooh.
Open.
I don't know why, but setting younglings on fire never feels quite right. Not that it feels mean or anything. It doesn't feel like it feels slower than it should most of the time. That's what I'm saying. You can also reach loot bugs that are further away.
Help me with the
And you know me, I kill loot bugs very indiscriminately. They should be killed. Kill loot bugs. It's good for you. 4 people watching right now. Hello. I'm green. On purpose. And no, it's not face paint. My hands are green too. And my hair.
Whack-a-mole!
Load up your guns and sharpen your pickaxes. We got an incoming swarm.
Alright, I want to get out this pit. And I can use this tunnel in a bit to build the pipeline out. Thinking ahead. They call me Smart Hulk. Smart Hulk. Not Professor Hulk. No. Smart Hulk.
Stay by my side, Batu.
Can I reach that? I can. See, that's quite a bit of range, isn't it? Blimey.
Axe-kill. You're cute, but you're dead.
Wave's almost over.
Yes, I'm very willing to not only kill loot bugs during a swarm, but also to use ammo on it. Because I believe that much in the extermination and looting of loot bugs. They're not here to be respected. They're here to be killed and harvested. Oh damn it! I jumped right into that Praetorian spit, just like an idiot. I knew it was there. Oh, there's two of them. Not anymore.
That's it. Bag's full.
Interesting thing I found out fairly recently. It's actually on a stream, the True Solo stream I did a few weeks ago. If you're in a solo game and you don't have Bosco with you, you can do all the usual callouts. Actually, I suppose it's another kind of thing that people might not know. Now, when you're playing solo, obviously Bosco comes with you, the drone, and your callouts will be in reference to him. Such as, hold on, if I can just, oh dear. For example,
Right there.
actually the Salt Crystal, there wouldn't be a good call out for that anyway, but this.
Help me mind.
Okay, there you go, that's it, exactly. So, when you're playing solo, your dwarf will usually not call things by their name.
God damn it, there's a
If you're in
pebble
multiplayer, he'll say like, red sugar here, you know? Same goes for when you don't have Bosco with you, but you're still playing solo, which is an option, which is another bit of information that you might not know. In the Bosco terminal, the drone modification terminal, in the bottom left, there is a box that will be like, crossed out, as in ticked, automatically. But if you click on it, and so that the so that the box isn't crossed through, that it's blank, that means that Bosco won't be coming with you, which is a feature reserved for masochists and me, because I'm not a masochist. I'm just not. I can be sometimes like that. I just took full damage for no good reason, but that's actually because I wasn't looking at the screen. Oh god, here they come.
feel my wrath.
Bloody great, this is. I mine a little bit of gold, just to save people's golden appetites. There's a lot. There is quite a bit of gold though.
Oh, loot bug looted. Don't got room for more. Bag's full. Can't carry anymore. Taste the axe.
Yeah, but I just feel like it just feels like younglings should be able to be set on fire more easily than they
Objective completed.
are.
Now finish the job.
Maybe it's just me. Maybe it's fuel stream diffuser because it reduces fire rate, but I don't know. I'll tell you what. So it obviously won't be the next driller one. Obviously because
Pipelines in place.
I'm not going to do two flamethrower ones in a row, even though they'd be 4 weeks apart. Bloody hell. Either way, but the next flamethrower one and probably the second driller one after this, driller overclock review, will be on face melter, and this is because I don't get it, right? And I know this isn't necessarily a place to talk about face melter, but maybe it is. I don't know. I also just realised that I probably should have switched up the mods a little bit, but I do think this is probably the best way to use fuel stream diffuser. So I'm not too upset about that. I just wish maybe I tried something different. I don't know. But I feel like, for me, the flamethrower really, I wouldn't say falls apart, but it just feels much worse than it could if I'm not taking as much ammo as I can. Which is something that I could well be alone in. Actually, I don't think I'm alone in. I think Tyler feels the same way. I'm not speaking for him though. I think he might feel that way. I'm not sure. Jesus.
Explosives, please.
And obviously I can easily set the bulk detonator on fire from a safe distance. A Mactera swarm. Perfect. Alright, let's kill this thing then.
Hang in there. Supplies are on the way. Airborne hostiles incoming.
Restock. Explosives, please.
Oh shit.
Getting
Hey man. Oh, what the hell?
Cutting down trees. Jaw dropping. Don't let him
Shit.
flank you.
Oh, sugar. Good. Sugar.
Hostiles are backing down. Finish them.
This is so
So it feels,
sticky.
yeah, it feels, definitely feels better than normal flamethrower against Mactera. You do still need to stay on your feet though. You're not really going to be killing them quicker. But you're more likely to be an effective strafing distance. As in, your dodges are more likely to be successful the further away you are from the projectiles. I suppose it's a different story with Trijaws. But if you really wanted to, you could easily kill the Trijaw before it gets to attack. Either just by dumping flamethrower ammo into it, or by setting on fire, then quickly switching to something like explosive reload or temp shock wave cooker, which really are the only two secondaries I think you should probably be using with the flamethrower. And this probably brings me back to Face Melter, which is like the single target option for flamethrower.
This never gets old.
So maybe you want more AoE, like thin containment field,
Whoosh.
or gamma contamination, or a boiler ray build on the wave cooker. But yeah, like I said, I don't really get Face Melter, and it seems to get a lot of praise from a lot of people. I think Snowing Fate rated it quite highly in his recent Overclock tier list. I think Axis Cronus did the same. And I think Reaper1 views it quite highly too.
So much
I
better
can't
than
remember where
walking.
we put it in our Overclock video.
I think we're actually
tier
doing
list.
all right so far.
But I can say that it probably wasn't very high.
Help me build it, please.
Because it's just never felt good to me. I don't understand. Like, and people, I've heard it referenced as like, this is actually a robot killer. You know, something like that. And I think, well, hold
I
on.
get paid enough
But
for
it's
this.
not increasing your heat, right? So I feel like I really need to.
I'm off.
If I do continue playing Deep Rock after this video, I will almost certainly use Face Melter quickly, just to see. Because it's one of those ones that I might want to do, like, put in the workshop
One pipeline
to be
completed.
reworked.
Pump track connected to refinery.
Because if you watch the Overclock workshop series at all, and I'm a bit annoyed with that name. Not only am I annoyed with the name of the series, I'm annoyed with the fact that the episodes are numbered. It should just be DRG Workshop with no numbers. That's what it should have been. Because I'm going to end up using it for pretty much anything. Any ideas? Miscellaneous ideas that either of us might have. And I suppose this still fits in the Overclock Workshop name. But I'm also going to be pitching reworks for overclocks that are already in the game. Like manual guidance cutoff, fast bursting missiles, turret arc, automated beam controller, return to sender, diffusion ray, possibly, even stuff that people think isn't obviously bad, or people just think is straight up good, like salvo module and hyperpropellant. I'm going to be reworking those as well because I have certain beliefs specifically about hyperpropellant that I know aren't shared by most people. And I guess I'm just wrong. But I do feel the way that I do about hyperpropellant. I'm not like lying to myself. I do feel this way, but I'm not going to deny that I'm in the minority. And I don't have to be in the majority. I don't have to have the popular opinion to be comfortable with my opinions. That's fine. Basically, what I'm saying is I don't like the hyperpropellant really, or at least I think I actually think it's like more bad than more so than I don't like it. You know. I don't think anyone's really going to have a go at me for not liking it, but I do believe that it's bad. And I admit I could be wrong, right? I could be wrong, but for me it's just the truth. Thank you, Shellback. Now you die. Oh, I missed it. Stupid.
Here I go.
Pipeline's operational again. You're doing fine.
A lot of explosive reload. That's another one I don't get. Automatic fire gets like such high praise from almost everyone, and I don't care for it at all. I think the improvement offered by explosive reload is far greater.
And here I just polish my boots.
Whoa. Hello, sir. How do you do?
The pipelines are jammed. You need to maintain it. This pipeline is fixed, but you need to clear all
Alright, so
in order for the refinery to run.
obviously I'm gonna, once I've done this mission, I'm gonna do it as quick as I can. I'll give my final thoughts and end it because these videos aren't to be ridiculously long. I mean, they're not at all. I think the oh shit. Wow. The longest I would ever go on one of these is an hour and a half, I think, because it's really only meant to be 2 missions, and depending on what they are, 2 missions can go that long. But I wouldn't pick long missions either. They could just end up going that long. But I would be pretty dissatisfied if I had one of these videos go over an hour and a half. I mean, even that, I probably wouldn't be happy with, right? I really want it to be under an hour. Hour and 10 is probably the max I'm happy with, but an hour and a half is the max I'll allow. Because they are meant to be videos. It's meant to be an overclock review. In a way. An overclock review accompanied by hefty amount of gameplay. The bulk is gameplay. The bulk of the video is gameplay. But it's also to show you the overclock in a way, I suppose. Right, where's the here, isn't it?
Explosives, spikes. Grabbing ammo.
Excellent work, miners. All liquid morkite has been processed and the cargo rocket is fully loaded.
Now I
All
do
systems are
something
go. Just press the launch
called
button.
getting out of here.
Maybe I can do a 360. And there it goes. Back to orbit with ya. Die, monsters!
Bye, refinery. I don't know why we can't come with you.
It's getting into all my nooks and crannies.
Like, why can't they put something on the mine head
Done.
or the
Cargo rocket is returning to orbit. Sending
refinery?
in the drop pod to get you out. Hang
Like
tight.
something that a compartment that the dwarves can go in. Come back with it.
Ready to blow.
You know, why not? Dun, 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 dun. Right, the door is gonna be. I don't know. Oh, here, fantastic, fantastic.
Extraction commencing. Good work.
Hey, it's the keg crew. Well, how come the voice of the channel has got the mission control filter on the webcam? I don't know, man. I'm green today. I don't know. Got a problem? It was deliberate, by the way. Also, I do like that name, Keg Crew. You can call us that if you want, or maybe that's you guys. You know, the fans. I don't know if we have. I don't know if we have fans really. Maybe I shouldn't assume. Maybe I shouldn't assume either way. It's just I wouldn't look at. Personally, I wouldn't look at a channel with our
Worth for the company.
number of subscribers and think they have, you know, fans.
Promotion awaits you.
But maybe like I said, I'm not going to assume either way. And I love you all anyway. Anyone who watches, just anyone who watches at all, engaged with us at all, you're great. You're brilliant. Love you. Right, so I suppose I need to provide my final thoughts on Fuel Stream Diffuser. It's really good, right? It's really good. The positive that it adds is significant, noticeable, valuable. The penalty is almost negligible. I think it's negligible, but I think it does still affect your performance, you know. It's probably not as good at dishing up damage or heat as normal, but it still feels pretty much as good as base flamethrower to me. And then you have the added benefit of covering for the short range weakness that the flamethrower just inherently has, and being able to hit certain targets from a distance that you can't normally do that with. Like targets that keep their distance specifically. I think it feels good both at like hitting enemies that are coming towards you from longer away to potentially kill them before they get to you, or just do more damage before they get to you, and also for hitting targets that you couldn't normally hit with the flamethrower because of the distance that they keep, like spitters that are high up on walls, or materials that are just keeping the distance for whatever reason. There's a lot of aspects of the weapon that it doesn't improve. and that means there's a lot of aspects of the weapon that still remain weak, such as single target damage and just burst damage in general. But that's not necessarily what you're looking for from the flamethrower, and it's not something that Fuel Stream Diffuser specifically has an obligation to provide, right? It provides what it provides well and doesn't take too much away from you, or it takes enough away from you where it feels worth taking it for the positive that it gives you. So if I were to give it like a rating, maybe out of 10, 8 at least, I just don't think it's extreme enough. Well, not that an Overclock has to be extreme to get to a 10 out of 10 in my books. And it's far from mediocre, but it's fairly close to neutral. It's very balanced, I should say. And neither of its points are too extreme. But I think the positive is very tangible and very significant, and I would at least give it an 8. I would absolutely not give it any lower of a rating. And I think it's earned its place in the game as one of the flamethrowers, probably one of its best overclocks, maybe my favourite. I'm not sure I really have a favourite for the flamethrower, but I do like this one, and I do think it's a good one, so I recommend using it. Not so much fans, more like 276 enjoyers. Well, thank you. Also, another thing is, when it comes to these videos, so that's done. Like the Overclock review's done. Fuel Stream Diffuser is really good. It's not too much though. 8 out of 10. Right. Okay. But maybe I shouldn't be responding to chat too much if I want these to feel more like videos. Obviously, you can have the chat playing if you want while watching it, but maybe it feels a little bit unnatural. But I can't help it. I do like interacting with you guys. Like, a lot of you are just really cool, you know. Thanks, Bob. I'm not sure what you're saying thank you for, but you're welcome, nevertheless. So, I'm in a weird position now where I kind of want to keep streaming, but I'm done with the video, and these aren't normal live streams. And I won't dilly-dally on too much longer if I am going to go, which I am. I'm not going to stick around unless I do start another live stream after this, which I probably won't do that either. It's just because 4 concurrent viewers is pretty decent for us, and it almost feels like I'm throwing that away. So if you guys could just mosey along and leave, and I won't feel so bad about ending the stream. Anyway, no, I am ending it now. So Fuel Stream Diffuser is theoretically also extremely handy tool for caretaker fights and bot-infested cases. Well, yeah, we covered that. I'm not sure if you were here from the beginning in Cube and War Gaming, but we talked about it as sort of the bot killer. But for me, it didn't feel great against the Nemesis. I think it definitely would if you have other teammates, and obviously I play solo in these, so maybe that's something I'm missing. But at the same time, it's because of just the way the Fuel Stream Diffuser is, that it's just a very solid positive and a very agreeable negative. I can't hold certain pitfalls against it where it doesn't really have a responsibility to, you know, it's not saying pick me, I'm the Nemesis killer, so I'm not like, oh, you can't kill a Nemesis instantly, what's wrong with you? I'm not going to be like that. It's fine. I didn't find it to be very good against the Nemesis, though. That's all I'm saying. Anyway, I've got to go. We'll see you tomorrow, though, with the podcast and probably another news video. I assume they're going to do at least one more set of teasers. That being said, I think it will be one more. I think next Thursday, the experimental branch for Season 3 will start. So people will be playing Season 3 next Thursday. So I think this week will be the last set of teasers. But I think we will get teasers. So look forward to that. And thank you all for watching. I'll see you next week for the first Scout Overclock review. If you enjoyed this, please like and subscribe. I'm never gonna ask you to like or subscribe like during a video. It's only ever at the end. I just want to get that out there. And I don't know why I feel the need to say that. I've heard other people say it, and it sounds good to me. It's like, okay, maybe I should, because it seems like you have to say it somewhere. So yeah, I mean, like and subscribe, do all that if you want, if you like this. If you don't worry. I love you anyway. See you next time. I feel like I need to do some kind of signal, like a salute.